The sun was just beginning to sink into the Pacific, painting the sky with gold and orange. The Santa Monica Pier buzzed with laughter, music, and the smell of salty fries. But not far from the carousel, something dark was unfolding. A young girl in a wheelchair, no older than 15, sat quietly watching the waves when a group of teenagers approached. One of them sneered, "Move, Cripple," and before anyone could react, he kicked the wheel of her chair. She stumbled forward, terrified and humiliated, as people around pretended not to see. But what happened next, no one on that pier would ever forget. Hey everyone, welcome to Whispers of Goodness, the channel where true stories of kindness and courage come to life. If you believe the world still has good people in it, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Your support helps us spread light in a world that sometimes forgets how to care. And don't forget to tell us what kindness means to you in the comments below. Her name was Emily Carson. She was born with cerebral palsy, which made walking difficult, but it never dimmed her spirit. She loved sunsets, sketching ocean waves, and feeling the cool breeze on her face. That afternoon, her mom had dropped her off at Santa Monica Pier with her sketchbook and a promise to pick her up after an hour. Emily wheeled herself near the railing, her eyes glued to the horizon. She was sketching the Ferris wheel when laughter erupted behind her. 3 teenagers, maybe 17 or 18, swaggered past. One wore a red hoodie, another had a skateboard tucked under his arm, and the third filmed everything with his phone. "Hey, watch out," one of them said mockingly. "This is the bike path." Emily smiled politely. "Sorry, I'll move a little." Before she could finish, the boy with the skateboard kicked the wheel of her chair. "Then move faster," he barked. Emily's chair wobbled and her sketchbook tumbled to the ground, pages fluttering across the boardwalk. People nearby looked away. A few parents turned their kids in the opposite direction. Some teenagers even laughed. No one stepped forward. Emily tried to steady her voice. "Please don't." The boy leaned down. "What? Gonna cry?" Her lips trembled, but before she could answer, a sound filled the air. A deep rumble, like thunder rolling over the ocean. Motorcycles. Dozens of them. From the far end of the pier, a group of bikers was riding in formation. Leather jackets glinted under the sunset, engines growling in unison. They weren't your typical tough guys. They were members of a group called Guardians of Grace, a biker community known in Southern California for their charity rides and kindness campaigns. At the front rode Jake "Hawk" Henderson, a bearded man with kind eyes and a massive frame. He noticed the commotion instantly. "Hold up," he signaled, raising his hand. The bikes slowed, then stopped altogether. Hawk dismounted and strode over to the Bullies, his boots heavy on the wooden planks. The teenagers froze. "Something wrong here?" he asked in a calm but thunderous tone. The boy with the skateboard stepped back, pretending to laugh. "Nah man, we were just joking around." "Funny?" Hawk said, crossing his arms. "'Cause it doesn't look like she's laughing." The other bikers, men and women, old and young, formed a quiet circle around Emily. Their jackets bore angel wings and the word grace. One of them, a woman named Rosa, knelt beside Emily, gently picking up her scattered sketches. "You okay, sweetheart?" she asked softly. Emily nodded weakly, tears pooling in her eyes. "I'm fine. They just pushed my chair." Hawk turned to the Bullies. "You got 2 choices," he said. "You can walk away now and learn something from this, or you can stick around and explain to 50 bikers why you thought picking on a kid in a wheelchair was funny." The Bullies stammered, their bravado fading fast. We didn't mean." "Then mean something better next time," Hawk interrupted. They bolted down the pier, disappearing into the crowd. Rosa handed Emily her sketchbook. "You're an artist?" she asked. Emily smiled shyly, trying to be. Rosa flipped through the drawings, waves, sunsets, the Ferris wheel, and people smiling. "You're already there," she said. The other bikers gathered around, admiring Emily's work. Someone bought her a fresh ice cream cone. Another offered to take her to a better spot to draw the sunset. Emily's face lit up. "I thought people didn't care anymore," she said. "Oh, we care," Hawk replied. "You just met the right crowd." When Emily's mom arrived, she was shocked to find her daughter surrounded by bikers, all laughing and cheering as Emily showed them her sketches. "Is everything okay?" her mom asked, eyes wide. "Better than okay," Emily said, beaming. "They helped me." A Hawk explained what happened, careful not to frighten her. Emily's mom's eyes welled up. "I don't know how to thank you." "No thanks needed," Hawk said. We just did what decent people should do. Before leaving, the bikers took a group photo with Emily, promising to print it and send it to her. Rosa gave her a leather patch that read, Guardian Heart. Every guardian's got one, she said. You've got the biggest heart here. You belong with us. Emily clutched the patch like it was treasure. That night, when she got home, she posted the photo online with the caption, Kindness rides louder than hate. Within hours, it went viral. Thousands of comments flooded in, strangers from around the world thanking the bikers, praising Emily's courage, and sharing their own stories of kindness. News stations picked up the story. The Guardians of Grace got interview requests, and donations poured in for their charity rides. But the real magic happened weeks later. At Santa Monica Pier, a new bench appeared with a plaque that read, In honor of Emily Carson, proof that kindness can roll farther than cruelty. The Guardians of Grace hosted an annual Ride for Kindness, inviting people from all over California to join. Emily rode in the front, her wheelchair decorated with ribbons and lights, waving to cheering crowds. She no longer felt small or unseen. She was a symbol of strength, and of what happens when good people choose to act. It's easy to think the world's gone cold, that people are too busy, too selfish, too disconnected. But every now and then, a story like Emily's reminds us that compassion still roars louder than cruelty. Those bikers didn't have to stop. They could have kept riding. But kindness isn't about convenience. It's about courage. It's about seeing pain and deciding not to look away. For Emily, that day changed everything. For everyone who watched it happen, it was a reminder that heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes, they wear leather jackets and ride Harleys. Weeks after the incident, Emily sent a drawing to the Guardians of Grace. It showed a young girl in a wheelchair, surrounded by bikers, the ocean behind them. Across the top, she'd written, Kindness has wheels. The Guardians framed it and hung it in their clubhouse. And every time they set out for a charity ride, Hawk would point to that drawing and say, That's why we ride. Because one act of kindness can change a life, and sometimes an entire world. So the next time you see someone struggling, don't look away. Step forward. Smile. Offer help. You never know how powerful that small moment of kindness can be. Because kindness isn't just a gesture, it's a movement. And like those bikers at Santa Monica Pier, you can be the start of it. Thank you for watching Whispers of Goodness. If this story touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that goodness still exists. And remember, kindness rides on.